Joshua Tree National Park. It's February 12th. We're going to, it's a little breezy today, so you're going to get some wind noise, but we're going to try to go find the Paymaster Mine today. We're just parked at a roadside pullout on Pinto Basin Road, and we're going to be heading straight east along these mountains. There's a nice shrub that's in bloom. I don't know the name of it, but it's pretty. It's got yellow flowers and some great big pods that are like fat bean pods. So we're kind of working our way down along the edge of the mountain here, or the hill, I guess, and trying to stay out of the wind. It's not real cold, maybe 50. Into the wash. Well, we've come over I don't know how many washes, numerous, and we finally come to an old road which maybe leads up to the mine. We're going to find out. We're going to be going this way. Pretty nice old road. Some nice rock work there. There's what looks to be part of an old chute. Looks like it's homemade. Pretty windy still, but we're going up the road towards the Paymaster Mine. Well, we're coming up to another big wash. Still following the road. It's kind of interesting. It's looks like it's going to come out of the wash over there again, I think. Well, we're pretty close to where the mine is. Here's an old remains of a little cabin rock house. Not much left of it, and it's not very big. Looks like big enough for maybe a couple guys to sleep in. There's a scattered can dump across the way there. I'm sure there are more somewhere. So let's go find the actual mine. So there are these two rock columns for some reason. There's another little footing, or what's left of the walls for something. Cans, a few cans laying around, not too many though. Well, we're getting closer to the mine. There's another structure here of some sort, looks like. What's left of it anyway. Julie's got a homemade little frying pan. It's going to be made out of the top of a tin bucket, it looks like. And then over here is a little bit of stuff that people have set up on the Rock Reserve here. Some cans. There's a sardine can from Norway, it says on the bottom of it. There's some other stuff over here that people have thrown up here. Looks like some of the wood from maybe the wall or the roof. And there's some metal stakes. I don't know what they're from. But anyway, we're going to put this back where we found it and leave things as they were. Well, there are some artifacts left up here. There are some bands, looks like barrel bands. There's some cable, some sheet metal, a concrete footing for something or other, and a little bit of a shaft there. Well, they got some old timbers up in here covering a shaft. I don't know how deep it is. There's a tunnel going back here, and I don't know how far that goes back. A couple of pipes coming out of here. Here we go across these timbers. So I went in that tunnel there, and there's a shaft right at the entrance, and then it goes in. I threw a rock in there, and I heard it tumble down. I think it intersects that vertical shaft up there. So let's go. Okay, well, we're up near the top of the vertical shaft. All these old mines seem to have a cable hooked up to a nearby rock for an anchor. And I don't know if that was to haul ore across the way here to where they could load it up. But anyway, here's the shaft. It's still open. This is in the park. Most of these have been sealed up. This one's still open. And I dropped a small rock down there, and it sounds pretty deep because it banged around before it went out of earshot. And here's the rest of this cable. I imagine it would have been something to do with that footing over there and maybe hauled ore to be taken out for milling down the road. Well, that's looking back at the actual mine shaft and the tunnel and the other footings and that are still left. Pretty interesting if you're a mine enthusiast. This is the shelter that we looked at, or what's left of it. Not exactly sure how it worked here, but and people have put a little bit of stuff back in there. The wood is there. I'm not sure if it was a little short wall. Those little 4x4s are only about 2 or 3 feet long. I'm not sure if that was a little short wall or, but it's there. And there are also a bunch of steel stakes here. I didn't really look at those before, but these angle iron. I'm not sure if that was attached onto these 4x4s or what it was. It looks like they may have been driven into the ground and pointed. So that's it. This is the back side of it. Looks like it was already kind of a jumble of rocks and they just built onto it somehow. So interesting if you're a mine guy or girl. But we're heading back. It was about 3.8 miles to get here from where we parked the way we came. It's pretty tough making a straight line here. Well, we kind of did, but you end up going up and down like several washes. We're going to try to find a little easier way back. Maybe go a little further south and come back north along the road. We're back down to this other rock-walled hut. It's probably about a couple tenths of a mile from mine shaft back to where these other rock structures are. Well, that's the way back we have to go. Over a lot of washes coming out of these mountains. That's looking backwards. You can just barely see the road up there in the center of the picture. So we've come to a pretty big flat spot here. It looks like there's a big cabin. There is some heating, ventilation, heating pipe, looks like. There's some timbers. There's some blue mason glass. This contraption, I'm not sure, some sort of either a little furnace or some sort of a stove pipe. And remains of a bed. Here's some more of that blue mason jar glass. That was a big one. Too bad it broke. Here's the remains of a bed. Not much left though. This is looking back towards that little area where we found the relics of the cabins and stuff. Looks like the road goes here and maybe goes down the wash. This is opposite the way we want to go. So we're going to go up this wash. And then we're going to have to cut over at some point. There's a post for some unknown reason. Well, we're a little way further away from the mountain. We're going to be out in the open pretty soon. We were closer in and we had to go through all those washes, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. It's pretty tough. So now that we're further out, it's going to be much easier. In fact, once we get up here just a little further to the left, it's going to be clear sailing right across this basin back to the road. Well, there's a little campsite here. There's a little fire pit that doesn't look like it's been used for a while. And a little barrel full of cans. Nothing else around. Well, we're making our way across the basin here, kind of an open area. We're quite a ways further out from the mountain, so we're not going through all those big, up and down through those big deep washes. So this is much easier traveling. Behind us. It's pretty windy out here today. That's looking back towards the Pinto Basin. That's Pinto Mountain on the left. This is looking over towards Monument Peak. And this is the way the mine is, right back that way. So we're almost back to the road here. Well, we're just about back to our vehicle where we parked on the side of the road. The hike ended up being about 7 3/4 miles round trip. It took us about 4 hours and 40 minutes. And we had lunch up there and fooled around a little bit. It's an interesting mine. It's one of the few out here that doesn't have the shaft sealed. There's a tunnel and a shaft, neither one are sealed. So it's pretty interesting. It's a little bit rough getting out there. If you know the route, it's not too bad though. So anyway, that's the video for today. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.